Craig, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
You are the head of global sales for YAITTE. Am I saying it right?
You are, yeah,
yes.
Very good, very good.
I was hoping you would start off with telling me a little bit about the brand, how it all came about, and essentially what is YAITTE about?
Yeah, that's fine. Firstly, Sina, thank you for having us, and I've got your little
YAITTE gift bag.
Amazing! And there is a couple of goodies in there.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah,
so we have.
You can't come to somebody's house
no.
empty-handed. I think
See,
it's quite
that
rude.
is the British politeness that comes off right there. So you have this lovely bag, and then there's a wonderful scarf. Neck scarf, and very cozy socks. I love it already. I'll wait with putting it on. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So
sorry, back to the question.
No.
So YAITTE is the brainchild of the founder and head creative Danielle Windsor. Danielle's been a fashion designer for 20 years, working for people like Victor and Rolf, through to Inditex for Zara.
Yeah.
So she's done
quite the gap.
There's quite the gap. So she's got a very well-rounded understanding of the fashion industry as a whole, and she's always had a desire to do her own thing. And it was about 2017 that she travelled a lot for work, as people in the fashion industry do, and she just felt there was a gap for a brand that had its roots based in travel, but was also had a classic, timeless aesthetic. And that's where it started, really. She'd always borrow my shirts, borrow my sweatshirts for travel. I probably should say we're married. Otherwise it'd be a very strange working relationship.
Weird, But then again, maybe not. Maybe people should get inspired by that.
Yeah. And I was just about to say when we went on holiday. She just felt there was still a gap in the market.
And also because men's things are often more comfortable.
And that's where the boy shirt originated. BUOY. Because obviously YAITTE is a play on the Spanish word yacht. So again, the travel theme. So that's where the boy shirt was born, really. And it's evolved. It's still our bestseller. It's a classic look. It's an oversized fit, which women just seem to love, and also it lends itself to YAITTE's diversity and because one day we'll have a picture with a woman wearing it for a meeting in New York.
Yeah.
The next day we'll have someone wearing it as a cover up on the beach in the Mediterranean. So that is the key to YAITTE. It's a well-rounded collection, and can be diversified for styling up, styling down.
That's even like a new approach to sustainability, because very often everyone are so focused on like materials, but actually just having things that you want to put on.
We see YAITTE as a working wardrobe.
Yeah.
It's not a piece that you shove at the back of the wardrobe and forget about months later, or say I'll save that for this event. No, we want it worn, we want it utilised, and correct, and that brings on to the sustainability aspect, really.
Yeah. What is your design philosophy behind the things, and how would you describe the aesthetic?
The aesthetic, it's just definitely timeless. It's a simple mantra, really.
Yeah.
We just want timeless collections, and pieces that will last. Obviously, we use very good materials, because, as I say, we want them worn, we want them to be worked.
Yeah.
We want people in 6 or 7 years to say, they walk down the street and people still say, "Oh, where's your shirt from?"
Yeah, exactly.
And it's 6, 7 years old, and so that's the idea behind it, really.
How do the consumers? How have the response been so far?
Fabulous, absolutely
amazing.
Fabulous. Yeah, they people just really get it straight away.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of returning customers, which we just adore. And obviously we've been going a while now. YAITTE is a totally organic business. So there's no big money behind it or investment behind it. So we're very particular about every detail. But obviously in today's market, people do venture to other brands and people that look like they're doing the same as YAITTE. But people do tell us they quickly come back because they realise it's not quite the same.
No, exactly. Yeah. And do you have like a limited stock approach, or how do you never out of stock items?
What
how does
we
it
do
work?
is obviously we have the core range, which is like the boys shirt, the Palmer sets. We do 4 drops per year.
Yeah.
4 collections, as well as exclusive ranges for a few key clients, which we'll probably go into later. But we're very adamant that we don't overproduce.
Yeah.
Obviously, as we're growing, numbers are changing, but before each collection, we keep numbers to what we've worked out very stringently, we think is the right numbers for what we need for wholesale, what we need for D2C, because I think a huge problem is overproduction.
Absolutely.
I think that is a key. So we do keep the numbers to what we think's needed, and acceptable. And plus, on from the design point of view, Danielle's, sometimes people want more and more SKUs or pieces from us. But unless we believe in it 100%, it doesn't get to the collection. It doesn't get to the final edit. We keep it. If it's 30 pieces, then it's 30 pieces. Yeah. Just because people might want 50 or 60 from us, that's not how we work.
No.
We believe we need to believe 100% in every piece.
So she's taken the limited edition part from the haute couture atmosphere, and then the whole saleability from the Inditex.
From the Inditex, the business point of it, exactly. Yeah.
How would you describe the creative process within, now it's a working relationship as well. So how do you discuss, this is what we need, this is what we see in the street, or are there certain people that inspire you in particular?
Yeah, I put my ideas across and then Danielle say, not quite.
Yeah. Sounds nice, but no.
No. Thank you for your opinion, but no, she's very good. She's very open-minded in discussing what I can think will work, because obviously, my style is she likes my style, my over jackets or whatever it'll be.
Does she dress you? Yes, obviously.
Of course,
it happens.
It happens. But no, it's very much Danielle. She just finds inspiration from anywhere, really. She can be walking down the street. A lot of it's from travel experiences. Architecture's massively important to her. The amount of architecture books we have at home is incredible, and that's new and old, and even colour palettes from architecture and things like that. So it's just a very organic
and it makes sense, because architecture is never it's made to last. So it has to be something that you actually want to look at, that you feel comfortable within, that you can identify with.
And our collections, obviously, it's each collection isn't. You don't look at it and go, oh, what's the new YAITTE collection?
No.
It's evolution from the last one.
Yeah.
Obviously, with newer, we always try to integrate new fabrics each season, but you always know it's a YAITTE collection, and what you can always do is the new pieces will always complement the older pieces. And again, going back to, you can pick a YAITTE shirt and a YAITTE trouser, and they'll usually 9 times out of 10 match.
Yeah.
So you've got a constantly working wardrobe where, I can put that with that, I can put that with that. It's not just individual pieces that people are purchasing.
Amazing. What are your key markets at the moment? Is that Britain or is that expanding?
No, funny enough, it's not as a UK brand. It's America's very good for us. Okay. Moda Operandi, they've been brilliant from us since day one. They found us when we was still in a one-bed flat in London. And they've been excellent with us. We do exclusive ranges with them now each year, probably 2 a year. We've got a couple of sets down there actually on the stand. So that's a very good market. Australia's really strong for us as well. We feel that probably fabrications really work well there, especially the short sets, they do really well there. But this year is all about expansion, and that's why we're at SIF already, really, because we want to grow more in Europe.
Yeah, and with the style savvy Scandinavians.
Correct.
What has it been like coming to SIF? What is it about the physical meeting rather than just the digital presentation?
It's super important. I've met people this week that I've been in touch with for maybe 18 months, but it's all been digital.
Yeah.
But as soon as they've come to the stand and can feel the tactile of the product, it just changes their understanding of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. So it's hugely important. And to be honest, we came here obviously because we was let's open up the European market. But I've met people from Japan, Australia, Canada.
Amazing.
Yeah, South America. It's been such a bigger show than I anticipated, to be honest, because we do want to expand this year into more shows, but we want to try, the newer shows and the shows that we feel not big brand heavy, but are very inclusive of newer emerging brands, and can put them next to the bigger brands, and they still complement each other, which I think Sif has done unbelievably well.
Yeah, and also like the whole synergy of we're not trying to cannibalize on each other's customers, rather than people get the experience of you can actually like curate an ensemble that makes sense. Have you noticed, because this being a Dane, Danes love to hear something about themselves, and you coming in here, have you noticed them picking up on different elements of your brand or in your brand story than you expected? And also, what do you think about how does the Danish aesthetic work with your aesthetic?
Well, it works very well. The cleanliness of it, everybody just looks super cool. It's really annoying. But even Copenhagen as a city, it's just clean, it's calm.
Yeah,
which is what YAITTE is all about. It's just lovely lines. Again, back to the architecture, everything fits perfectly. That's why this was our number one on the list, really, because we felt it did suit it, and people have picked up on the quality of the fabrics, the details. A shirt shouldn't just be a shirt.
No.
It should be the details in it. We have our own monogram stitched into every shirt garment, and people have picked up on that straight away.
Yeah.
It's the subtle details that make the piece, and they found that straight away.
That's amazing. It's also quite fun because it is more or less like it's a brand that works equally well for women and men, but I just think it really ties in with the male sensibility of men love to buy in bulk, like once or twice a year. I need to get all my things in place, and I don't want to go shopping, whereas women will be like, oh, I need this overshirt now, I need this now. So are there certain pieces from the upcoming collections that you would love to highlight?
Yes, we've got, because obviously we've just actually launched High Summer about 4 weeks ago. Obviously we know obviously this is an autumn winter show, but we're trying to be a seasonless, a bit of a seasonless brand, but obviously our knitwear is still really popular, and we do at least one piece of that throughout the year. But we've got a new Bondi. It's called the Bondi set, obviously from Bondi Beach, and it's all hand woven shirts and trousers, and it comes in 3 colours, but it's just like beautiful. I think it's the best thing Danielle's done. But it's got like a revers collar. It's really stylish. It's really stylish.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Finally, what do you see the future holds from YAITTE?
We just want to keep doing what we're doing, doing things the right way. What we think's the right way. Like I said before, this year is hopefully all about expansion, because as I've mentioned, it's a totally organic business. There's no investment yet behind it. So, that's why we're so careful about every decision we make. A friend of mine always says, not all business is good business.
No, exactly, yeah.
So
it's like a healthy growth.
It's a healthy growth. We don't want to walk before we can crawl. But this year we're going to try and do some more trade shows. We've got some really exciting collaborations coming up with a couple of luxury hotel groups I'm not allowed to mention, unfortunately. Moda Operandi, we're still doing our exclusive with. That's fabulous, and we're actually about to launch in Bloomingdale's in Dubai.
Amazing.
So that's really good, because obviously the Middle East is a market that we've not tapped into just yet, but again, we want to do it, we want to make sure that YAITTE is right for that market, and as we've done for every market.
Hopefully you'll do a collaboration with an airline as well. They could definitely use an update in that department.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for coming, and good luck with your onwards ventures.
Thank you so much. Thank you.